how to manifest a text message from a specific person. Now, this is a video specifically referring to love interests, okay? People that you want to bang, all right? Now, this could work for you wanting to get a text back from, your boss. They're taking forever to give you your PTO, whatever, but most of the times, 90% of you, it's love interest, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to first ask yourself, what is the most common way that you text people? Get an idea of that, and that is how I want you to base this technique, okay? This technique is what many people refer to as imaginal acts, visualizations, okay? So in this visualization, if you are the type of person to use iMessage, then you want to get yourself looking at the notification. What would it look like to say, let's say their name starts with the H, okay? What would it look like to see that H on the notification icon, and then it says, "Hey baby," right? Or if it's Samsung, I haven't even had Samsung in years. Whatever way the text bubble looks on your notifications, whether it's you take it out of your pocket, whether you take it off of the GPS thing on your windshield, whatever, you need to see it in the most natural way possible. In the iMessage, in the Samsung messaging, or if it's Snapchat, Instagram, DMs, all that stuff. You want to see it in the most natural way, okay? And then number two, once you get an idea of what that will look like, of how the iMessage will look like, of how the DM will look like if you get it off of Instagram, number two, I want you to stop giving a crap about how detailistic it is, because I guarantee you, everybody who's watching this, when they try to imagine the text message from their SP coming in, they're going to say, "Oh, well, it's too blurry. It looks like if I'm watching something off of a calculator," right? It's the next point is going to explain why this doesn't matter, but the second point is don't care about how detailed it is. Number three, okay, the main reason why, if you do end up manifesting your SP, that this imaginal act is going to work is from this third part, and that is, you have to manifest and use this technique from the correct state, okay? And no, I'm not talking Alabama here, okay? The correct state that you want to use this in is, how do I say this? Excuse my French, but the state of not giving a fuck, okay? Also known as the state of the wish fulfilled. But, our buddy Neville Goddard, he when he created that, he wasn't drinking at the time like we are all now, so he wanted to keep it more PG. But it's the state of not giving a fuck, ladies and gentlemen. And you're probably like, well, okay, well, I mean, of course I know. I've been trying to get that state for years, but how do I get into that? The way you get into that is simple, okay? Now that you understand what the text message will look like if it's coming off of iMessage, and now that you understand that all you got to do is just think of that, and because Neil Arthos just said that it doesn't have to be detailistic, even if it's blurry, it'll still work. Okay, so now that you got those first two things, guess what? All you got to do to get into the state of the wish fulfilled for this specific imaginal act is think of a time that you are doing something extremely mundane, like folding your laundry, or doing your taxes, or watching John McCain or Joe, or okay, well, we're not in 2008 anymore. Watching something that it just is so boring, right? Get into that feeling of boredom, right? Or just not even so much boredom like in a negative way, but just what does it feel like to just be doing something where maybe some other person might be making a big deal about it, but like you don't care. Like, when my sister's showing me the show Friends, I could give two shits. A lot of people love the show Friends, but for me, I mean, yeah, it's an okay show, but I mean, she goes crazy for it. Me, I'm just like, it's whatever. Like if I miss an episode, I'm like, I'm okay, right? Well, what is that version? What does it feel like to be doing something that you are just completely indifferent about. Think of that, imagine how your body feels, and then copy and paste that to this imaginal act. And now that you got all the ingredients, you see exactly how it would look like in first person perspective, what app you're using, what messaging service, and then you get rid of this whole limited belief that it has to be detailistic, and then getting into the state by copying and pasting and understanding what it would actually feel like to be getting this text and it is normal for you, which is exactly what the state of not giving a fuck is. Because if you do this imaginal act and you're like, oh my gosh, he texted, or excuse me, let me do the impression. Oh my God, he texted Kelsey. Then you fuck it up, right? Or dude, look, bro, look at all these freaking nudes. If that's you, then you fuck it up, right? Because instead of getting a text, what you're going to manifest is just more anxiety, more I'm desperate for them, right? You could end up manifesting a text message, but you can manifest them ghosting you right after. But if you want them to stay, you need to manifest it from the right state, okay? So do all these 3 things, and I promise you it will work. And if you want more help on how to deal with the delays that could come off after this, or it's still taking X amount of days. Maybe I should have added the 4th point, but the 4th point would be that, yeah, it could take time. But the point is, once you do this imaginal act and you do it enough times, you can literally go back into your head and you will see it as a fucking memory, right? And whenever the doubt crops in, you simply go back to that memory and remind yourself of what is. And even though they could be with somebody right now in the 3D, it does not matter, because as long as you stay there internally, your physical reality will have no other choice but to give that to you, right? Jesus, can't talk, right? But I'm so excited to spit out this wisdom. It's freaking giving me convulsions in my throat, right? But here's the thing, guys. If you don't believe me, think about it. How many people have actually stayed firm and delusional in an imaginal act despite how crazy the circumstances were? Probably 0. So how can we really know that this shit works if nobody tries it, right? So if you want to be like the 1%, don't believe what is out here and only believe what is in here, okay? Now, if you want more help on how to deal with these possible delays or handling the 3D in the meantime after you do this imaginal act, the links are in the description. I would love to work with you. I am Neil Larthos. This is all that the I'm Awareness had to say, and I know you're going to be okay.